Oh, so if you're in Toronto, you know it's the craziest snowy day today.
Well, I'm in Toronto. I'm in the GTA, and it's pretty snowy for us too over here.
Oh my
But you know what,
goodness.
Zara? It's December. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm okay with it.
It's cozy. It's definitely cozy. And we have our fireplace here with us, so
I like the word cozy because I think that is what today is all about, is a cozy day.
it is. It is.
Okay, so Montreal also has snow, but I expect that for our friends in Montreal, of course.
Definitely.
All right, we're just going live here, Ms. Zara. We've got all of our streamings going on here on Zoom, of course, on Zoom on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn and YouTube as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm just getting everything ready here. I just want to say hi to everyone. Hello. I just see here on Facebook, we've got lots of people watching us already live. Just quickly, our Facebook friends, if you're joining us, please add your email in the comments so we know that you're here. Otherwise, we won't know you're here, and we want to make sure we do. I mean, I try to look at it, but And our friends on Zoom, we've got you covered, right? Because you registered, so we know you're here as well. And we're doing something I feel like, perfect for the season, a little cozy fireside chat with a really good friend of ours here at Spoiled Agent, Zara Turner, who is a trade lead for Tourism Tahiti.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It's lovely to see some familiar names and always love being back with the Spoiled Agent team and Susan. So
Oh, we love it. Love that.
lots of love going on. Hello.
Well, show us that. Show us with the emojis, the love for Zara for coming out on a snowy day to meet up with us and go over everything. We love it. We love it ourselves. Oh, here, you know what? I found some snow here, Zara. There. Look at the snow for me.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I love it. I see
That's
someone
so
here.
fun.
But if you want to add anything into the chat's gonna be fun today. We're doing something a little bit different. We're not doing a traditional webinar, a training, if you will. Kelly and I, we came up with the idea of doing a fireside chat with, of course, our friends here today and all of you. So this is going to be an informal, I say get to know Zara and her team, Tahiti, how to get around Tahiti, about the tourist destination itself, how you become a specialist. I mean, on and on. So really fun stuff today. And again, we really try to keep learning fun here at Spoiled Agent. So I'm just going to start. We have our friend Zara Turner, and Zara works for the Zeno Group, who represents Tahiti Tourism, correct, Miss Zara?
Yes, exactly. Yes, we are Zeno Group. We've been the agency of record for Tahiti tourism, going into our third year actually. So starting next month, which is crazy and exciting. But yeah, it's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited for this kind of coffee chat, fireplace chat hour we have coming up.
Okay, great. And also, just for everyone, I think off the top before we start, yes, there's going to be some prizes later. We'll talk about everything about how you can, get that as well. But if you have questions for Zara as we go through it, please add it to the Q&A box if you're on Zoom. Over here, our friends on Facebook, hey guys, please add it in the chat and I'll try to get to them as well if you have any, if we don't cover it. But I think it's super important, Zara, to start off with how they can become a Tahiti specialist and learn more from what we're going to be speaking about today. So, do you want to kind of touch on that?
Yes, of course. And I think so, Susan, I'll start it off. Susan's gonna put the link in the chat, I believe, so you'll all be able to access it there. And I know some of you are familiar, but at Tahiti Tourism, we have a travel advisor training program called the Tahiti Specialist Program. Where you will be able to log in, create an account, kind of add your history about what kind of destinations you sell, what you're looking forward to selling, build your profile there, and do a really informative but easy, quick training on the site. From there, once you continue to join webinars with Spoiled Agent, or our Tahiti Times webinars as well. You get to learn about the destination a bit more, and you'll start to be able to sell if you're already not selling, sell the destinations. From there, you'll be able to progress in our program. So from entry level, we have level one, level two, level three, which is the top, and you are able to progress through those levels through adding your bookings and then adding your any fam trips you've done there. And I will say we're really lucky for any FAMs, you are able to add FAMs that you've done in the past 10 years. So if you went in 2015, 2016 next month, but you, so crazy. But you will be able to add your fam trips from then to help you kind of progress in the program. So we're really lucky with this having that element there. So even if you're just starting new, but you've been or you've had some bookings, definitely take a look at this program. I know, I think we'll probably talk about it, but level twos and level threes, each year we do have travel advisor FAM. So if you are a level two or level three, you qualify to be considered to come on our travel advisors FAM. So those very exciting. Yes, those do happen annually. So lots of incentives, lots of perks to being a Tahiti specialist. So definitely just wanted to kick it off with that. Would recommend taking a look.
So, I just want to read some comments. So already things are popping up here.
Yeah,
Judy on Zoom said, I loved the training with two exclamation marks.
perfect.
And Val, I'm jealous. Val just spent 3 lovely weeks in French Polynesia. Absolutely amazing.
Wow, I love that.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
excited to hear. Maybe I could see which destinations you went to. That's so fun.
Well, and actually, on that point, I'm also going to add, Zara, your email. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, it's also on your page on Spoiled Agents. So not to forget, guys, that pretty much a lot of stuff that we're speaking about today, you can go back and refer to it, get Zara's contact information, the Tahiti specialist. As much as I'm popping everything into the chats on Zoom, on Facebook as well, it's all there for you. So just a quick, I see some stuff coming on Facebook. Kathy's asking, hello, Kathy. And don't forget to add your emails, Facebook friends, so we know you're here. Kathy's asking, Zara, what is approximately the cost of a FAM? And I know they change.
Yes. So the cost of the FAM does vary. We have done some where the agent will just pay for their flights to California. So that like round trip to California and then on the way back. But they do vary kind of in a range from 1,000 to 5,000. It really does depend.
Okay, that's fair. I
Yeah,
mean, really, it doesn't sound like a lot to go there to me, but anyway.
exactly. Yes.
Just another comment on Facebook. Carla said, this is a great program. I learned so much from it.
Amazing. I'm so glad to hear. Love
Okay.
that.
Christine just said, and I just want to read it because this is fun stuff, right? Christine said, we cruised in the area in November. Absolutely fabulous.
Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, cruising, and I think we can kind of get into that again later, but huge, great option for Canadian travelers specifically, but amazing option to see lots of different islands in French Polynesia.
Okay, great. Okay, so I mean, that's a really great segue. So let's talk a little bit about the destination. What would you say is the best way to kind of explain the geography of French Polynesia to clients? So if someone's
Yeah.
new, and I learned from all of you guys too, right? So,
Exactly, yes. So when people hear of Tahiti or French Polynesia, I think they usually just picture Bora Bora, those iconic overwater bungalows, and of course, for good reason. But the islands of Tahiti are actually, they include 118 islands spread across five archipelagos, with each of its own kind of geography and history and different culture as well. So going into a bit of the geography, you can explain it to the clients, kind of split up between those five archipelagos. So first, the Society Islands. So these are kind of the most visited islands. These are Tahiti, which of course you fly into internationally, Moorea, Bora Bora, Wahin, Raiatea, and Taha. So really think of those mountains, turquoise lagoons, classic Polynesian hospitality. And again, if your clients are kind of exploring what to do there or they've never visited, I would recommend looking at the Society Islands first, just as kind of a starter to French Polynesia. But if you have some more adventurous clients or repeat clients who are going back to the islands of Tahiti, we also have the Tuamotus and the Marquesas and the Austral and Gambier Islands. So I love to talk about the Marquesas a lot. I haven't had the chance to go, but my colleagues have, and they can't stop talking about it. These are really wild, kind of dramatic, culturally rich, and more or less developed islands. So really perfect for those adventurous travelers. They have wild horses everywhere, kind of ATVing, hiking, mountain biking experiences. Really, really cool. It's one of the most remote places in the world. So truly you feel so special. You feel like you're the only person in the world. So again, not for everybody, but if you have some clients who are more adventurous or want to expand past those society islands, definitely would recommend the Marquesas. But yeah, so instead of kind of thinking about Tahiti as just one destination, really think of it as five different worlds and five different things going on. Very vast area for sure.
Okay, I love it. And I like how you kind of broke that down for everybody as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about accommodation. I know, of course, the very famous over-the-water bungalows, which, I mean, who doesn't want to go there?
Yes,
But
exactly.
I mean, everyone can't. I mean, they might want to go and everyone has different budgets. So, can you maybe kind of touch on accommodation and of course, the overwater bungalows because, we have all budgets, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, of course, the over water bungalows, can't miss it. Kind of would highly recommend. And actually, a fun fact there, it was the overwater bungalows were invented in the islands of Tahiti. But yeah, like Susan hit the nail, we have tons of different kinds of accommodations. So of course, we have those boutique resorts and guest houses, which guest houses in the islands of Tahiti are called pension. I think that's the French translation, and forgive me there. But that is a more local and affordable kind of personal experience. So some of those guest houses, you're actually staying with Tahitian families or Tahitian people who will kind of bring you into the home. And again, that's kind of more for the love that, Cheryl. That's more for the traveler who might be a bit on a budget, or again, really great for solo travelers. So, if you're not familiar, Tahiti is known for diving. So there's some Canadian divers I've met who are just going alone. They're kind of on a budget but want to see great diving experiences, so they can kind of explore those more boutique resorts or guest houses, of course. Um, and then another option, great for kind of, I mean, everyone, but we see this a lot with families. So sailing catamarans, as well as yacht charters are available, and you're able, that's a really great way to kind of island hop and see different islands, but also more of a slower pace. You can go at your own pace, relax on the yacht or the catamaran, beautiful experience. And then again, other than those kind of well-known Bora Bora hotels, we have luxury villas as well. So this is great if you have multi-generational family going, or a big family, or someone celebrating kind of a momentous time in their life. We have luxury villas and families for kind of private groups. And this actually, when you're looking at how many people can fit into one of these villas, it is quite cost conscious. So instead of maybe looking at those overwater bungalows for kind of multiple families, maybe try to check out those villas there. I feel like I've talked a lot, but I have a couple more things to say on the accommodation, Susan, if
Yeah,
that's
go
okay.
for it because there's some questions also, and we're going to take those as you go. So go for it, my friend.
Okay, awesome. And then I know I chatted about it a bit before, but cruising is
Mm.
very popular amongst Canadian travelers, and I know a lot of you are familiar with the cruising options. So I'll just quickly go through these. But Paul Gauguin Cruises, this is that intimate luxury, really designed specifically to go between the Tahitian shallow lagoons, so you're getting up close with the islands. And then we have Windstar cruises as well, small sailing yachts offering that more relaxed, romantic feel. And then also something that's really cool, we have the Aranui 5. So some people are less familiar with this one, but it's actually a half cargo, half passenger cruise. And this one allows you to go into the Marquesas Islands. So this is a really great option if, again, for the travelers who've already been there and want to check out the Marquesas, this is a really cool way to see those islands, but also still have that cruise and relaxed feel kind of traveling throughout the islands.
Well, that's great. And I like that, the cruising, you have different levels of the cruising too, right? Which, maybe more
Exactly.
luxurious, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, there's some questions here. So someone is asking for someone who's never been to Tahiti and may not be able to go back for a while, what would you recommend? The island hopping cruise with Windstar,
Yep.
or another provider, which you spoke about, or combine with over the water bungalow? Well, oh my goodness.
Okay. Yes. Is this, sorry, this is for someone who's been but
Who's
is
never
going to go back?
been, and
Oh, never
maybe
been.
just a once time go one shot.
One shot. You know what? I think it depends on the client you're working with, or if you're interested in going. It's kind of what you prefer. I think if I was looking at doing this one time, I would combine overwater bungalows with some of those beachfront villas. So again, of course, everyone thinks about the overwater bungalow, but the beachfront villas at some of these resorts are also, you feel so private and you also are literally on the beach, which is amazing.
Okay.
But I would definitely recommend that if you kind of want a relaxing stay and you kind of want to just go and relax, and maybe it's a honeymoon or maybe it's an anniversary. But if you are someone who wants to check out kind of multiple islands but still with a relaxed feel, I would recommend Windstar.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And Zon and Arjan are asking, what's the best time to visit Tahiti and how's the weather been recently?
Amazing. Okay, so best time to visit Tahiti is, I mean, technically all year round. It has a fantastic weather, but they're kind of rainy, or we call it the season of abundance, happens between November to March. So that's their kind of down season, and then their most sunny period would be from April, May until October. But I do want to mention, obviously, Canadians want to get out of the winter right now. So in the islands of Tahiti, resorts and also Air Tahiti Nui, kind of the carriers, they have a lot of discounted rates for this down kind of rainy season, because they have a lot less visitors. So if your clients they want to get to Tahiti, but they kind of are on a little bit more of a budget, but willing to spend, I would definitely recommend kind of that still November to April season. And again, the rainy parts is kind of like a Canadian rainfall in the summer. It comes for maybe like 15 minutes, half an hour, but then it's beautiful, kind of sunny time. So I wouldn't kind of shy away from the rainy season. But yeah, if you're looking for like prime peak weather, it would be from May until October.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Oksana's asking, so she wants to get on this. She wants to know how can I book villas for some local accommodations?
Well, yeah, you can get on it. Let's do it. But definitely, just feel free to email me. We have lots of connections, of course, through our Tahiti Tourism website, which you can find on our Spoiled Agent page. But I'm also happy to connect you directly with any kind of villas or hotel partners to help you get those bookings in for sure.
And I just want to also let everyone know how you get to, of course, Zara's page. Just go to spoiledagent.com, click on tourist boards, and then you're going to find Tahiti there for you for sure. Oksana says, is there a minimum age for the catamaran or sailings or stays? That's a good question.
Probably varies. I think if they're not private, if you haven't booked them out, there may be some, but I'm happy to look more into that for you. Feel free to send me a note there.
Okay. So I see a question in the chat. We'll see it because I just grabbed it, but remember any questions, please put in the Q&A so we don't lose them because they move up in the chat. Maria's asking, is there a memorable excursion you would recommend for honeymooners to go to Tahiti?
For honeymooners specifically, I know a lot of resorts that they will probably typically be going to in Bora Bora or Moorea have honeymoon or romantic experiences. So it'll be kind of like a private dining on the beach, and they'll help you organize this. And again, we can connect you with any of the hotel partners. A lot of them have Canadian reps as well.
Yep.
But that's a kind of specifically for romantic. But if I do want to say this, there's a tour on Papeete in Papeete. It's a 4x4, and this might be for more of your adventurous clients. But you go to the middle of Tahiti, like on Papeete, and it is I don't know how to describe it, and I'm happy to send photos to anyone, but it's unlike anything I've ever seen before. You're literally, you feel like you're the only person in the world. You're going to the center of the island of Tahiti, and it is just the most luscious, mountainous. There's kind of wild animals everywhere. You have a
Ooh.
private lunch. You get to swim in a beautiful river. It felt very special. And I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, but in Tahiti, there's something called the mana, so the spirit in Tahiti. And if your clients are kind of interested in immersing themselves in the culture, which I know a lot of Canadians travelers are very keen on doing, this just felt like the most special excursion that I've experienced, and one of my colleagues has experienced as well. But yeah, there's endless amounts of kind of experiences and opportunities for any kind of your clients, whether they're doing the romance, adventure, kind of if they're kind of some senior travelers who want something more relaxed. There's multiple options and partners that we work with that I'm happy to connect you to.
Okay, and that kind of talks about a little thing we're going to talk about experiences, so that's great as well.
Yes.
But do you know also, let's talk a little bit about what makes the other islands unique.
Yes. Okay. I can talk about this a little bit. And I kind of talked about it with the five
Right.
archipelagos at the
Yeah.
beginning. But kind of basic, what you need to know. So Tahiti, it's kind of their economic cultural center. Of course, like I mentioned, you're flying into Papeete, which is on Tahiti. So they have kind of markets there for food. They have their shops there. If your clients want a little McDonald's snack before they leave. And they're
Okay.
missing their home a little bit. It's kind of that economic center there. But again, like I just mentioned with that excursion, there's waterfalls, there are black sand beaches, there's a ton of museums, markets, like I said, there's food trucks. And again, I'm not sure if any of you were following, but the it has the surf capital, Tiapu, which was
Ooh.
recently in the Paris Olympics.
Ooh.
But yeah, this one is kind of really great for lovers and active travelers. So I know some people kind of just fly into Tahiti and then do their hopping, but I would recommend adding 1 or 2 days on Tahiti itself, whether it's at the beginning of the trip or at the end of the trip, to kind of immerse yourself and see that kind of culture. Um, and I'll go through a couple here. Moorea, one of the most beautiful islands, I think. These have dramatic peaks, lots of pineapple fields, which is amazing. This has that really warm and laid back feel. Moorea, I would say, is really perfect for those families. Again, there's lots of guest houses and pensions there. This is really great for couples as well. Anyone who wants that really beauty without that typical luxury price tag, maybe that Bora Bora more so would have.
Okay.
Um, and again, Bora Bora, world's most famous lagoon. Everyone knows it. Very romantic. This is just an iconic island, and definitely, if your clients are going for the first time, would highly recommend going to Bora Bora. Um, Again, like I talked about, Marquesas, rugged, dramatic. And then the Austral and Gambier Islands, these are kind of more lesser known islands, but they're more remote, untouched, very peaceful, really great for those repeat visitors who kind of want really a secluded, slow travel vibe.
So I just see here, Sandra said, sounds amazing from Facebook. Still on my bucket list. You know what, Sandra? I like to call it a shopping list.
I like that. I do
Yeah.
really like that.
Um, well, so I know you've talked about the great little unique islands and everything around it. So what would your recommendation be for how long to stay and kind of get around and see all the must-sees, I guess, if you will?
Yeah, of course. I'll talk to obviously Canadians. What we're seeing is that Canadian travelers are typically going from 10 to 14 days. I think it could be different for your clients who are in Vancouver and they're a little bit closer to the gateway that you have to fly into Papeete. But again, yeah, the 10 to 14 is like a sweet spot. You can do it for less time. But that's typically what we're seeing. And especially if your clients are wanting to island hop and see multiple islands, definitely would recommend that kind of 10 to 14 days.
Okay. And I see someone had popped something in the chat again, but I saw it, so I'm lucky I saw it here. Let's see, Judy's asking, can you speak a little bit about general accessibility for people with mobility challenges, wheelchairs, scooters? Can they be rented? Things like that. So we know how long to go, where to go, but is it, can people with accessibility issues go there?
Yeah, and I think I've been talking a lot about the adventure side of Tahiti, but again, there's something for everyone. And if people are a bit more needing some of those accessibility options, they're pretty accommodating. And I think just again, connecting with the right representatives to just make sure that where you're looking at staying can accommodate that. And just kind of preparing what you can in advance is definitely key. But if you have any more specific questions, I'm also happy to answer that.
Okay, great. I just see we have some more people joining us over here on Facebook. Facebook friends, only Facebook friends. If you've just joined us, please make sure you add your email in the comments so we know you're here today. Um, okay, so is there any misconceptions you'd say, and maybe something to overcome in this beautiful, beautiful destination?
Yes, I think there's a couple that I'll speak on, but one that it's kind of too far. I just wanted to, and again, kind of on that geography, it is just south of Hawaii, and it's also in the same time zone.
Mm.
So it's just kind of, and in terms of getting there, it's an overnight flight, typically, and it's just 8.5 hours. So I think I speak to some agents and some clients and consumers sometimes who think it's kind of like on the complete other side of the world, which is fair because some of the islands are the most remote places in the world. But yeah, it's kind of in some ways as same flight to Europe for some, kind of like an overnight 8 hour. And again, it's just 3 hour time zone difference behind Vancouver. So they don't observe the daylight saving, so it's either 2 or 3 hours behind Vancouver. And for Toronto, it's kind of 5 or 6 hours. So it's not kind of a biggest deal of going all the way across the world, flying like 10 plus hours. It's definitely a lot more accessible than some would think. And then another kind of misconception here too, um, it's too expensive. I think, like we chatted, there's lots of different types of accommodations, and really truly a range of experiences. So definitely about that smart planning and the clients using you guys and your resources to make sure you can kind of find those sweet spots, like going between the months of November and April to get some of those discounts, and kind of combining a few nights at a luxury resort and then maybe staying at a pension for the other couple of nights. But again, I think some of our partners, hotel partners that we work with, they have really great combination deals. I know I'm happy to put you in touch with some of them, but you definitely work with the representatives to see what you can do when booking for your clients and seeing if there's any kind of incentives or deals when booking through certain hotel partners.
Okay, great. Um, so I know we talked a lot about, of course, the island, where to stay, getting around, but let's talk about food. Like, let's talk about the cuisine, the culinary tourism part of it. Can you tell us
Yes.
maybe little tidbits of, where people can eat and what they can expect?
Yeah, of course. So I'll say Polynesian cuisine is a really important part of the experience and a really important part of Tahitian people and how they live as well. So the type of cuisine is Polynesian, it's French, and it's kind of a mix of Asian as well. So it has kind of all those influences. I think their signature dish, which I'll touch on, is poisson cru. They
Ooh.
have a ton of fresh seafood, a ton of fresh fish, a lot of coconut milk dishes. They, of course, use the Tahitian vanilla in a lot of their dishes as well. But I will say we had a media fam trip this year, and someone had a bit more of those dietary restrictions. And even I think they didn't eat fish, and they had no problem at all finding options on the menu. So again, if you're sending a family who has younger kids and they're a little bit less kind of adverse in their palate, I think that's totally fine. And there's a lot of options for kids and both people with those dietary restrictions. But yeah, the food is fantastic there. It's the freshest food you'll get. They use kind of raw and local ingredients, of course. And yeah, it's a way to connect with people and they absolutely love it. So yeah, it's amazing.
And Cheryl asked you to speak about the vanilla, so you touched on that. Amazing, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, fantastic.
Totally. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about transportation, like getting around to the islands. Is there inner flights or how does this work?
Yeah, of course. So I'll talk about once you get kind of getting to Tahiti. We work with Air Tahiti Nui, who is their local aircraft carrier partner. So really, you feel the Tahitian experience once you step foot on the plane and the second you step off the plane. So it's a really great start for your clients to start off on their trip. But in terms of inter-island hopping, so that's Air Tahiti Nui to get you to Tahiti, and Nui means big. So it's the big craft carrier. But Air Tahiti is one of the inter-island flight options, as well as Air Moana. So these are the two, yes,
I love
very
that.
nice. Yeah, beautiful. But Air Tahiti and Air Moana are kind of the two carriers for inter-island hopping. But of course, for some of your more kind of luxury clients, they have private transfer options as well as helicopter transfers as well. So again, kind of options for everyone. And I will say Air Tahiti and Air Moana have year like passes, so you can buy a pass
Hmm.
instead of doing separate flights to each island. So that kind of helps you save costs some places as well. And then from Tahiti to Moorea, so that's the closest island, there are daily ferries. So it's a really kind of 30-minute ferry to get to Moorea, and then you take it back as well. So if there is someone who has a day, they've already done Papeete and Tahiti, and they just want to do a day trip to Moorea. I've done it a couple of times and it's absolutely, you can still kind of experience everything on Moorea. But yeah, if they don't want to stay there or they're a bit time limited, you could just do a day trip to Moorea.
Okay, great. And
Yeah.
maybe can you tell me a little bit about what clients can do beyond romance and luxury travel, which I think that's kind of what we associated with, but we know there's more, right?
Exactly. And again, like I think it will always be a honeymoon, beautiful, romantic
Yes.
destination, and kind of maybe more of an easy sell for some of those wedding or honeymooners. But I will say, and I know I've talked about it a lot, but adventure travelers, we have horseback riding, hiking, ATV tours, surfing, diving. Divers and snorkeling, this is some of the best diving in the world. Really great top spots. I'm not a diver. I just like to snorkel sometimes. So for
Me
some
too.
people who might be a bit unfamiliar with the diving, you don't have to kind of jump in to the deep end. You can definitely test the waters with snorkeling. So that's an option there. And again, families. So like I mentioned, Moorea especially is really wonderful for kids. It has really calm lagoons, so the sea isn't anything crazy or anything like that. And I know there is a resort on Bora Bora. The Four Seasons has a kids club as well.
Hmm.
So a couple options there for families. And then wellness travelers. So they have beautiful spas, beautiful massage, really high-end options there. And of course, cultural explorers, like I was talking about, the Marquesas. It's really unlike anything in the world. So I think those are a few different options for your clients who are maybe looking for a bit more than just a romantic trip.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And how does like, would you say French Polynesia compare to like the other South Pacific destinations?
Yeah. So I think, I mean, they're all beautiful and definitely have some similarities. For the islands of Tahiti, I think they're very unique because of the diversity and the authenticity. I know I mentioned there's 118 islands in the islands of Tahiti, so you really can get everything. It's the perfect mix of that luxury, the local life, and really that culture. And I will say, the island, French Polynesia as a whole, there's no or over tourism. So in terms of the difference to Hawaii, Tahiti gets the amount of tourists in a year that a Hawaii gets in a week. So there is, yeah, it's kind of crazy. That stat is very, very
I
interesting.
didn't know.
But
Wow.
just to give you a bit of context of like how remote and how special you feel, you really do feel like you're the only person in the world. Of course, you're going to see people other places, and I say that in the best way possible. It's just a
Yeah.
very, very special place.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Cheryl. Cheryl's like our in-house resident here. She's got all she knows this area very, very well. She said fact, it is actually a true fact about the tourists. So she knows. I know you know your stuff, Cheryl.
I
I
was
got a question
shocked.
here just on Facebook from Carla. Hi, Carla. She has a woman's retreat that she's booking, looking to go to Tahiti. Is there any particular recommendation where you can offer for the villa stays? Maybe if you have it off the top of your head, maybe Carla can reach out to you. It's up to you.
Yeah, of course. One villa I had the chance of visiting is Vahine Island. It's near Taha. It's quite beautiful. So it kind of depends on the size of the group you're sending. But I will say, Cook's Bay Resort on Moorea, they have done a few wellness retreats for groups as well. They're fantastic to work with, and we can put you in touch with their reps as well. But I think there's definitely a ton of options, and we can send through some more if you want a more fulsome list. But definitely a great trip for a wellness group for sure.
Okay. And I just see a really great question from Chris on Zoom. Can you maybe, and it's something I was also thinking about maybe, is there anything that you can tell us, a little bit, a little nugget, something a little bit surprising that people may not know about Tahiti?
That's a good question. I feel like the tourism point, the over tourism point is always my go-to. I think, and I've talked about it a bit, but the mana and the spirit. I just and maybe I can't really explain it, but you do truly feel like a local when you're in Tahiti. You feel the culture everywhere. You feel it in the people, you feel it in the places you're staying, you feel it in the food that they're cooking you, you feel it in the experiences that you'll be able to do. It's the most beautiful place in the world and the most fantastic people. So, yeah, I don't know if it's just that's probably not a fun fact, but it's very, very special, and really that mana that the Tahitian people talk about is very true, and tourists and travelers visiting the islands definitely feel it.
Well, and you know what, to that point, you have to become a specialist, of course, complete all the levels. Like, I know level 2 and 3, you can get onto the FAMs, but take the time, do it all. And then Kim, that's how you get qualified to go onto a FAM trip. And I know Kim is asking, you say they're annually, right?
Annually, we do one a year, yes.
Okay, perfect. Um, Maria's asking, is there a drinking age in Tahiti, kind of like Europe, or is it about like American? How would you describe the drinking ages?
Um, the drinking age in Tahiti is 18, and I will fact check that, but yeah, 18 years old.
Okay, great. And actually, let's talk a little bit about because I feel like most advisors may not know about the French Polynesian sustainability initiatives. And I know this rings really true, and you can really speak to this, Zara. Is there any way you can give us a little update on that?
Yeah, of course. And I think too, just speaking about the Canadian traveler mindset and the clients you're working with, I'm sure you've noticed. I think sustainability is a huge, and sustainability travel is a huge focus for a lot of people right now. So yes, the islands of Tahiti, Tahiti Tourism has a really great mission around sustainability. It's a global initiative. In terms of how to share with your clients, like how to travel responsibly, the visitors are really encouraged to choose those eco-certified hotels and the tours, which there are a ton of. They are very focused on protecting and maintaining the marine life and the reefs. I've been on lots of tours of the hotels there, and each one of them will talk about the marine life and preserving the marine life and how sacred it is. So they're really doing a lot there in terms of that. And then, of course, supporting local artisans. And there's so many tours in the islands of Tahiti's where it's local families will run tour businesses. So supporting those. And of course, learning a few Tahitian phrases, which I should have entered today. But Yorana is hello. And then Maruru is thank you or like goodbye. So just kind of respecting their culture and respecting the marine life there. But yes, they have a fantastic sustainability initiative. Again, you can find on our website. But yeah, just something great to know and share with your clients as well.
Okay. I just kind of created a little bit of a poll here. So for Facebook friends, I'm going to read out the question and you write the answer in the comments. For our Zoom friends, I'm going to launch a poll. And the question is, have you completed the specialist program for Tahiti? Okay, Facebook friends in the comments, like a yes or no. I see our Zoom friends are actually launching their answers. I'm going to share the answers with you in a moment, Zara. I see
Amazing.
most people have answered. Okay, I've launched the poll there. So if you guys can see the poll on Zoom. Okay, Carla has, Denise not yet, Veronique no, but she will. Um,
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, let's see. I'm going to end the poll because a lot of people have answered it. And I'm going to share the results with you, Zara. So you can see there's some work to be done, but people are wanting to get their specialist program done after this chit chat. So
Yes.
it's
And
easy.
I will say there too, which I didn't say at the start of the session when I was talking about the program, but in Canada, there is a lot of room to become a Tahiti specialist level 2 and level 3 specifically. We have a lot who are kind of entry level and just on the training, which is absolutely amazing. But just a little tip, if any of you are kind of looking, if you're already selling some of the island, other Polynesian islands, I would definitely recommend doing your training and progressing in those levels because there's definitely a high chance that we will be able to consider you. We definitely want to push that going into next year as well. Definitely recommend looking into it because obviously like we mentioned, 118 islands in Tahiti. Consumers need your help to book trips. So the more there are, that's amazing. If you're a certified Tahiti specialist, you'll also be added to our website. So people will be able to search based on geography to reach out to you. So this is also another perk of becoming a certified Tahiti specialist.
Oh, that's huge. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I see my friend Justine is on here. Hello, Justine. Is there a resource online for family vacations in Tahiti? I would be interested in more moderate resorts that allow four plus in a room. I'm only familiar with the high-end properties. Great question, because I know Justine does a lot of family travel, booking family travel.
Yeah, amazing. I think as a start, we do have a packages website on our Tahiti tourism page. So you can check out those family packages there. And feel free to kind of contact people to book those. But if you do want more recommendations about specific either villas, guest houses, or rental properties, we can connect you with those people for sure.
And Justine, I've been popping in, of course, Zara's information. But again, just so everyone remembers, it's all on spoiledagent.com on Zora's page. Just go to spoiledagent.com, click on tourist boards, and boom, you got the Tahiti right there. Okay. Let's see here. Hi, Justine. Okay, so I also just want to say before we forget and before you guys are also joining us on our largest campaign contest fun time of the year, however you want to land it, because I it's all of the above, the 12 days after Christmas. And we're so pleased that the Tahiti Tourism is joining us this year. And so it starts December 26th. Don't worry, guys, if you're going to be busy with your family, you can go back and do different days. And I know Zara and the team are participating this year. We're not going to give away too much, but
Can't
Zara, you
spoil
got
it,
what's
but you will be
happening?
spoiled.
You got some cool stuff, some cool prizes, right?
Yes, definitely. Oh, happy birthday, Carolyn.
Oh, where's Carolyn? Is it Carolyn's birthday?
Think so.
Happy birthday to me. Oh, happy birthday. Amazing. Yeah, it starts on Boxing Day, December 26th. Thank you, Carolyn. You're right. Oh, that's your birthday. I see. Okay, no
Oh,
worries. So yeah, so it starts then. It's like I said, the largest, funnest, everything that we do all year long. We do a lot of great stuff, but it's not just clicking and whatever. You have to learn, something skill testing. And then, we have our party in January with announcing the winners with all of our suppliers who have joined us on the 12 days after Christmas. So Zara and the team, they participating this year, and we are so happy to have that. Yes, oh yes, me too. You know what, Zara, people wake up in the morning because we post the hints like
oh my
well, I
gosh.
don't want to give an exact time, early in the morning, let's say, and they brew their coffee and they go to the hints, they go to the supplier pages, and
Yeah,
I know it's a part of people's mornings. So we're so happy that you're joining us
I love that. I'm so excited. Our team is very excited.
for sure. Okay, well, Miss, is there anything here? I just looking, I think a lot of people love it. They're gonna join. Oh, it's Guy's birthday as well on December 26th on Facebook.
Nice.
So they're gonna join. They're all gonna become now specialists because they don't want to miss out on this once a year opportunity to maybe be selected for your, like, I'd say, shopping list fam.
Yes, I love that.
All
Fan-
right. Oh, yeah, Veronique just said it's the best way to start her day with our campaign.
Oh,
Amazing chat. Thank you, Chrissy. We're so happy. Thank you. Love it. So, Ms. Zara, anything in closing for our spoiled agents that have joined us across Canada here, just to see you and our fireside cozy chat at Spoiled Agent?
oh, well, thank you, Susan, and the Spoiled Agent team. And it's so nice to see everyone engaging as well. I love this format, so definitely we'll have to do that again. But I think, yeah, just when you're thinking of the islands of Tahiti, definitely think of more than Bora Bora and just honeymoons. I think there's so much culture and history and special spirit there. So I definitely would recommend, again, doing the Tahiti Specialist Program. I look forward to seeing all your signups after today. But again, feel free to reach out to me, and our team is always here to support you guys. But thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Yeah, and happy holidays to everyone. Zara, it's great connecting with you just near the end of the year. What a great way to kick things off for us at the end and starting the beginning as well. So thank you so much. And everyone, Have a great, great day. Snowy Toronto for us here in Ontario. But get safe, be safe, and we'll see you on December 26th or on our website.
Thank you.